Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another baseball reaction, and this has been suggested a lot. Video is Game 7, Why Baseball Isn't Fair, feat Mariano, Rivera, and Aroldis, Chapman, baseball bits. And I actually see the thingy on the screen, like the sort of the motion on screen, or the picture on the screen, not the motion. I'm so stupid, man. And this is a video that I've done in the past. I don't know if it's going to be related to this one. I think it may be, actually. Maybe we'll check it out. I'm not too sure yet. But I've done that video before, but people have been suggesting this video a whole lot. And I do enjoy Foolish Baseball. It's been a minute since I've done a video of his. But yo, we'll check this out and see what he's got for us. I'm intrigued to see. Also, I've done a baseball video on my second channel. It was just part 2 of the Game 162 documentary video that I reacted to yesterday. So if you're interested in that, the link's in the description. I'm going to have a little pop-up coming up now. I think now, maybe a bit after. But yeah, that's for you guys who are interested. But yeah, let's check this out, man. Again, this has been suggested.
Excuse me, SB Nation already did this
police.
one.
SB Nation did it
Sir,
first, and we have the house
You,
surrounded.
sir.
John,
Sir, how
boys.
dare
It's the same one. Just his style. Alright, let's see what this is like.
Aroldis Chapman and Mariano Rivera. Two special closing pitchers. One is perhaps the hardest throwing hurler of all time, while the other is, quite simply, the finest reliever in baseball history. When you're a pitcher of this caliber, you will undoubtedly be put into some high-leverage situations, and no situation is more jam-packed with pressure than the 9th inning of Game 7 of the World Series, where exhausting journeys that began in February end in either triumph or heartbreak. In this video, we will be examining Game 7 of the 2001 World Series between the Yankees and Diamondbacks, as well as Game 7 of the 2016 World Series between the Indians and Cubs. And while I can go ahead and spoil it for you by saying that Chapman will succeed in forcing extra innings, while Rivera will experience the greatest failure of his Hall of Fame career, that's not actually the point of this episode of Baseball Bits. This is a study beyond the simple notions of success and failure. It is to demonstrate how good pitching doesn't always lead to good outcomes, and how bad pitching isn't always punished.
Okay.
The year is 2001. Game 7 of the World Series, bottom of the 9th. The New York Yankees are trying to close out the Arizona Diamondbacks and secure their 4th consecutive
Desktop audio seems kind of loud. Sorry if it seems a bit loud.
title. It seems likely that the Evil Empire would hold the upper hand throughout their quest to defeat an expansion team in just its 4th year of existence, but they weren't always ahead in this best-of-7 showdown. The Diamondbacks had surged to a 2-0 lead on the backs of an incredible starting pitching tandem, Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling. But the Yankees came storming back, grabbing the next 3 in front of their home fans. This streak of success produced some of the most memorable moments of the series, particularly those of the hapless Byung-Hyun Kim, who twice surrendered 9th inning leads to the Bronx Bombers. Arizona, however, would thrash the Yankees 15-2 in Game 6, leading us to the penultimate clash, winner take all. The Yankees grabbed their 1-run lead in the 8th thanks to this solo home run by Alfonso Soriano. And with Mariano Rivera pitching a strong bottom half of that inning, the game was in the best hands possible for the Yankees going into the 9th. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of Rivera's 19 years of dominance was the sheer predictability of his repertoire. He threw a cut fastball 90 to 95% of the time.
Okay.
As great as it was against right-handed hitters, the pitch absolutely ate lefties. With Mark Grace at the plate, Mo wants to do what he always does, throw a cutter inside with a late break right on the hands. So he does just that.
Spencer and right into center field. A good start for Arizona. Grace with his 3rd hit.
A single up the middle. Grace gets under the ball, but just muscles it over the infield. We, of course, have no StatCast at the time, but I'm heavily guesstimating that the exit velocity of this single would be somewhere in the 70s based on this video comparison of a similarly hit ball. With Mark Grace pinch ran for, the next man up, Damian Miller, will attempt to bunt him over. That seems like a Herculean task against a pitcher like Rivera. It's very hard to bunt a pitch that is up and in on you, and that is basically Rivera's MO. The ball dribbles towards Rivera, he fields it cleanly, and he won.
My God.
Hey, this is a pitching video after all, not a fielding one. Rivera is a little off target, and a then hobbled Jeter can't quite make the stretch.
Jeez,
It's the right pitch to force an ineffective bunt, but the execution on defense just isn't there. Now I'm going to do something jarring, so I hope you'll all stick with me. We're going to put this game on pause and fast forward 15 years.
To the other camera, right? Cuban Missile Crisis. Wait, what? I love his little mini subtitles.
Aroldis Chapman finds himself in a different position from Rivera. True, he, like Rivera, is coming back out to pitch the 9th inning after having already appeared in the 8th, but things didn't go so smooth for him last time around. So, Chapman isn't trying to close a game out, he's merely trying to prevent disaster. Allowing a run here crushes the Cubs' dreams of reversing their 108-year-long curse. Although we know how this story ends, let's build up the tension. Aroldis Chapman, having already blown the lead, is somehow returning to the mound to get the most important 3 outs of his life, and he is absolutely exhausted, having thrown 83 pitches in the last 3 games, not to mention the toll of the entire season. Now, a workhorse starting pitcher would scoff at that, but workhorse starting pitchers don't throw 101 consistently. Well, you know, except for...
Swing and a miss, he blew him away at 101!
The good news is, however, that I'm a fully qualified lifeguard. No, I haven't been trained in the signs of actual drowning, but I do know when a pitcher is holding on for dear life. In Chapman's case, the 3 warning signs would be pitches way out of the strike zone, leaning on his off-speed stuff, and not throwing triple digits. If he's doing those, then he's definitely out of gas and needs to be thrown the life preserver. Let's see how he pitches to Carlos Santana. First pitch is a slider. His main secondary pitch. Yes, I know that's an oxymoron. He only threw it 15% of the time in 2016, so it catches Santana off guard even though it's right down the middle. Pitch number 2 is a slider again. And pitch number 3 is, another slider. Can we please try a fastball? Oh, get out of the pool, everybody, out of the pool! Okay, let me collect myself. After another fastball, this time for a strike, we're on to a full count. Let's see what his out pitch is.
He's drowning in it. Oh no.
A hanging slider, right down the middle, on a 3-2 count, to a really good hitter. This pitch should have been crushed. I'm dead serious. Santana's reaction after the contact is made says it all. He could have been the hero, but he just got under it. 1 batter away, but Chapman's not even fit to be in this game.
Lucky, man. Lucky. What, he got away with that, bro.
When we last left Mariano Rivera, he'd gotten himself into quite a pickle. A softly hit single and a missed connection with teammate Derek Jeter had left him with 2 runners on and 0 outs. The good news is that's about to change. As Jay Bell tests his luck with a bunt, Rivera comes screaming off the mound and makes the force at third. Successful play, right? Something finally goes Rivera's way? Wrong. Because the hitter, Jay Bell, is here when Rivera fields the ball, and he's here when the throw to third baseman Scott Brocious is made. But Brocious doesn't gear up for any throw to first base. The result is a huge missed opportunity. Rivera believed it was a double play all the way, and so did his manager, Joe Torre. The next batter is pinch hitter Tony Womack, who should be the biggest gimme of the inning. Remember how I said Mariano dominated lefties due to the inside action of his cutter? It's true. He ran what are called reverse splits, meaning that he was actually better against lefties than righties, which is unusual for a right-handed pitcher. And then there's the lowly Tony Womack, a good asset for his positional versatility and base stealing, but a good hitter he is not, sporting a 66 WRC plus on the season. Rivera traps him in a 2-2 count, catcher Jorge Posada positions his glove for the inside pitch, and the unthinkable happens. Tony Womack has done what seemingly no left-handed batter could do, and that's turn on the inside pitch from Mo Rivera and rip it down the line.
That is very interesting how he's like sort of pitching all these pitches together. Like how Rivera, he's usually good against the lefties, and the guy who's like batting, I forgot his name, sorry about that. He's not usually good at batting, basically. So I mean, the fact that this has happened, you've got to feel for him, man, because it's just like it's not going his way, is it, at all?
Double. The score is now 2-2, and with runners on second and third, the Diamondbacks are in position to pull off the upset of a century, forcing a blown save from the greatest closing pitcher of all time, someone who sported a preposterous .70 ERA in the postseason. This is a classic factoid, but for those who haven't heard it, more men have walked on the face of the moon than score an earned run off Mariano Rivera in the playoffs.
What?
Oh, and please don't forget that the winning run, which sits squarely on third base, probably shouldn't even be there. Scott Brocious, you doomed us all! Oh, hey, look, it's Jason Kipnis again. Anyways, let's get back to the signs of drowning. Now, one thing that stood out to me was that 4 of Chapman's 6 pitches to the previous hitter, Carlos Santana, were sliders. We don't want to see that. A power pitcher like Chapman needs faith in his fastball, so what will he start with? A hanging slider. Much like the last pitch to Santana, this one is just asking for trouble.
He's getting away.
We saw
with it,
Mariano
man.
hit Jorge Posada's spot on the Tony Womack double, so look where Cubs catcher Miguel Montero sets up initially. Chapman isn't even close. Pitch number 2, a slider again. Location isn't bad, Kipnis just doesn't bite.
It's in the air to right, down the line, and hooking foul.
Mate.
A heart-stopping moment for Cubs fans, I'm sure. Kipnis jumps on another hanging slider and is very close to being extra bases. The at-bat stretches itself to 3-2, making it our second full count in the inning. Kipnis fights off yet another slider to extend his chances, so Montero and Chapman finally brainstorm to throw another fastball. You know, the pitch that Aroldis Chapman normally throws 80% of the time. Montero sets up low and outside, Chapman throws it high and inside, and Kipnis ends up swinging at ball 4. Somehow, there are 2 outs in the inning, but with the young superstar Francisco Lindor up next, it'll take more luck to get out of the inning unscathed.
Okay. Man on deck.
Mariano Rivera is in big trouble. With runners at second and third and just 1 out, he currently doesn't have the ability to force the double play ball, and is just 1 successful sacrifice away from losing the World Series. Up next is current Brewers manager Craig Counsell, and although this may seem like an intentional walk situation, he will be pitched to out of fear of the man on deck, who we will get to in a moment. If Rivera can somehow get Counsell out, he will have the freedom to either intentionally walk the man on deck, skipping him completely, or pitch to him with the knowledge that the sacrifice has been taken away. And when Rivera forces a foul tip, he has put himself in position to do just that. In baseball, throwing a first pitch strike greatly changes the expected outcome of any given plate appearance. In Rivera's career, plate appearances that continued after a 1-0 count resulted in a .322 on-base percentage for the opposing hitter, which is around what the league averages every year. After an 0-1 count, however, that number plummets down to .219. Add in Rivera's dominance against lefties, and there are going to have to be some real shenanigans to get Craig Counsell on base. The pitch runs inside on Counsell, but in the process of avoiding it, he actually makes himself a bigger target. If he doesn't move as the pitch comes in, it won't hit him. This is Craig Counsell as the ball is released, this is where the ball is going, and this is how his gearing up motion actually leads to the hit by pitch. I wouldn't call it leaning into the pitch, which is an offense that results in a ball, not a free base, but it's shenanigans nonetheless, and it brings up Luis Gonzalez.
Man on deck now in the batter's box.
You know where this is going. But I'd like to take this time to do some quick facts about Luis Gonzalez in a segment I'm calling Quick Facts About Luis Gonzalez. Fact number 1, he hit 57 home runs in 2001. Fact number 2, he finished 3rd in NL MVP voting behind Bonds and Sosa, with 73 and 64 home runs respectively. Fact number 3, like Bonds and Sosa, Luis Gonzalez has had his name thrown around with a lot of steroid rumors. That doesn't make him guilty, but, well, you know. Fact number 4, he's a left-handed batter.
He's dangerous.
What does Mariano Rivera want to do against left-handed batters? He wants to break bats. Look, here's a clip of him against Ryan Klesko in the 1999 World Series. First pitch, bat broken. Not a clean break, but rendered unusable. Needs a new one. Pitch 2, completely shattered. Pitch 3, completely shattered.
That's intriguing how that leads to bat breaks. That's really, really interesting, actually.
Strike 1. The odds tilt in Rivera's favor. The infield is in for a double play. Then comes the penultimate pitch. Listen to that sound. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not the sound of a ball being barreled. That is a ball cracking Luis Gonzalez's bat. If the at-bat continues, Luis Gonzalez will need a new bat. However, the at-bat will not continue, because while Mariano Rivera gets exactly what he wants, so does Luis Gonzalez.
It did not go his way, man.
The Indians got it. Now Lindor pops it into right. And with this, Game 7 is going to the town. This is going to be a tough play. The Cubs.
Bro.
I guess that's why they still play the games.
That's crazy how Chapman got away with it like numerous times, and Rivera it wasn't going his way. That's interesting how like them sort of two what's the word? I guess you could say not alternate universes. Obviously it's not the same. No, alternate. I can't even think of what I'm thinking now. like how he sort of shaped it is there's like two things, the same sort of things are happening, but on one case it's still going the pitcher's way, but in the other case it's all going against him, and it's just like it's interesting how that happens. Like luck has to be in your side, all like as well as skill. You have to have luck, man. This is a very, very interesting video. I did like it though. He's got a really, really interesting way of how he sort of bases his content, man. Santana Mr. Cookie, so fresh. The chocolate chips were still gooey. This is why the game is beautiful. You can do almost everything perfectly and fail, but sometimes look like shit on stick and succeed. Baseball, the great sport to accurately represent life in general. Literally, it's intriguing, man. I said two alternate. I can't even say the word universes. My bad. I mean, Rivera was actually doing bits, to be fair, and he just wasn't going his way. That is interesting. That's really changed my sort of perspective on sport in general, man. You can be doing everything perfect, and it just like you have 1 inch of luck that just doesn't go your way, and it will change everything. And you can be doing awful. You could be having a terrible, terrible game, and either the player that the opposition that you're against just isn't on it, or your teammates are saving you, and it's just like, man, it's crazy how the things shape out. But that's just sport, isn't it, man? That's the beauty of sport and the beauty of baseball. I really appreciate the suggestion. I was kind of confused at like the start of what was going on, but then over like the video, I was understanding it, and by the end, Jesus Christ, man, something crazy, man. This like it's really interesting how he sets the video out and how he sort of puts them part and part and like shows the differences in luck basically. But yo, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, please suggest more things like this, because these sorts of videos are really sort of eye-opening in certain aspects of the sport, man. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, like, subscribe, peace.